What is going on, everybody? Logan here for another video, and today we are talking about the global automotive chip shortage and when we can expect it to subside, get better, because car prices right now are skyrocketing. There's a high demand for cars, and the fact that automakers, they can't produce certain models of cars, they can't finish cars, like they're building a car and then they're kind of putting it to the side in storage or something, like a big parking lot, waiting for the chips to come in, then they'll put them in, then they'll be able to sell them. There's just a big shortage of new cars, and with the higher expected demand for cars, I mean, it's just driving prices up. I mean, it's kind of crazy what some of these cars are selling for. I mean, used cars, especially used cars right now, if you have it and you want to, get rid of it, right now is the perfect time because demand is high and supply is low. But as far as this chip shortage, it's not really a new thing. Actually, it was happening last year, and automakers, they're kind of hoping that in the first quarter of this year, the issue would be solved. That there'd be plenty of chips, they wouldn't have to worry. Well, several things happened that are complicating that and could push it back to the second quarter of the year, or the second half of the year, or even the third quarter. One thing that happened was here in Texas, that big freeze we had, it shut down a large chip manufacturing plant out here, because it didn't want to strain the electrical grid even more. And honestly, that freeze was crazy. I remember waking up that first day and it being like 45 or 50 degrees in the house. They turned off the power overnight, and it was like that for 2 or 3 days. Roads were completely impassable. It was crazy out here, but they shut down the manufacturing plant to not strain the electrical grid even more. Other manufacturing plants around the world are shut down because of drought, because manufacturing plants need water, so they can't produce it. Some countries, there was a fire at a plant in Japan, I believe, Japan or in Europe, but that shut that part of that plant down. There's just multiple things around the world that it's just not helping the chip manufacturing process. Auto manufacturers, they're expecting this issue to peak sometime in the second quarter, so sometime soon they're expecting the issue to get worse. So it's going to get worse and worse for the time being, but it's going to be peaking soon, and then in the second half of the year, auto manufacturers, they're expecting the issue to get better, that it'll get a little bit more back to normal, but Elon Musk, he's come out and said that he doesn't expect it to get better until the fourth quarter, until the end of the year. Kind of crazy this is happening. I mean, this is shutting down Mustang production here in a couple days. From May 3rd to May 7th, there's going to be no Mustang production. It's just a crazy situation. I mean, auto manufacturers, they are halting production of any kind of vehicle with like the lowest margins. So the cars that make them the least money, they're not making, not sending chips over there. They're prioritizing the cars that they make the most money off of, such as F-150, Porsche. They are only selling the most expensive vehicles now. The vehicles with the highest margins are going to be prioritized to get those chips, and even some auto manufacturers like Chrysler Dodge, they've paused on certain models putting the full digital display for like the speedometer, RPM, gas. They're just going to be putting the normal analog sticks like that right there in some of their vehicles, so just because it requires less chips to run that versus the full digital display. But hopefully this issue is solved soon, because it's crazy, how this chip shortage, I mean, for one, how it started, and then, I mean, where we're going with it. I mean, the demand for used cars is crazy. And I know I keep mentioning it, but me and Olivia, we sold the Mustang a couple months ago, that EcoBoost Mustang 2017, for more than we paid for it. So I mean, that alone for me is crazy, because we bought it a year ago, put 10,000 miles on it, and then sold it recently, and they bought it for more than what we paid for an EcoBoost Mustang. But hopefully this issue is solved soon, because I'm looking to get into a truck or something soon, and I don't want to, I mean, if I can avoid overpaying for a truck, if I just wait a few months, I will definitely do it. But guys, let me know what y'all think of this entire situation down below, and do y'all think that Bill Gates is taking the supplies for the chips, and putting them in the vaccines? I'm kidding, do not cancel me. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, please subscribe, and as always, have a great day.